Hi, Ann here from Luke's Sewing Center in Tri-County to bring you a tip for our 12 days of sewing tips. Today's tip will be on free motion quilting, which you know I love. So I'm sitting at our Janome M17. I'm sure we'll have a variety of machines. So most of these will be general tips. The first tip is when you do free motion quilting or ruler work, you want to remember to lower your feed dogs. So that will prevent the machine from grabbing your fabric. And as you know, in free motion quilting, you're creating your design by moving your hands. So to make that easier, we also recommend having a glide sheet down for underneath your fabric sandwich. Another tip could be to use gloves. I'm just showing you items that we have in the store. So gloves help you to move your fabric or your block easily. It gives you a good grip on that fabric. If you're someone that doesn't like gloves on your hands, that would be me, there's another item you can use, and they're these quilting discs. This is a new item we got in the store. So you put your hands on it. You can choose the large or the smaller. You could even use both of them, and they too will put pressure on your sandwich and make it easier to move it around as you are positioning your sandwich quilt for free motion. The next tip will be on needles. So if you're a Janome girl, Janome makes their own needles. They're 9014. On this machine, I use these. They're a purple tip. You can use other ones, but I find I always end up back with the Janome purple tip. They just let the machine run like silk. I really enjoy them. If you have a different machine, not Janome, then I would just say a Quilting 9014 needle. It will go through all your layers. It's the appropriate needle for this activity. Next, let's talk about hand positioning. So as you have your sandwich underneath your needle, you want your hands closer to the needle even as you move your fabric. And as you move, if you have a larger piece, you can pause. Some people think you have to stitch straight through on the whole thing. You don't. Just take a pause, readjust, replace your hands closer to the needle, which leads me to my next tip, and that would be speed. I am a big advocate of not using your foot pedal and using your start-stop button. And the reason for this is because just like when you drive a car and your foot is on the pedal, your speed is going to vary. Well, on your sewing machines, it's the same thing. So to eliminate that variation in speed, we unplug the foot pedal, use our start-stop with a pre-selected speed. On this machine, it's a glide right here. I can have it set as slow or fast as I choose. If you're starting, I would have it a little faster than what you're comfortable. And the reason for this is if you don't have a stitch regulator, your speed will dictate the length of your stitches. And of course, we want all our stitches to look as uniform as they can. Where it really shows up is when you're going around a curve and how rounded your curve is. If you're going evenly, then your curve will not be pointed. And that's an indicator that you either slowed down or sped up around that curve. And that's a way to prevent it, is to preset that speed. So that completes this sewing tip on free motion quilting, and I hope you enjoy it now.